TikTok is the most downloaded app in the world. Known for short viral videos, it has tens of millions of users in the US. In order to operate, TikTok collects a lot of data. It tracks account information, search history, any content created through the platform, along with users' locations and behavioral information. Companies like Facebook and Google collect similar data, but there's one major difference. TikTok is based in China.
Following Facebook's Cambridge Analytica data breach scandal, social media apps were cast into the spotlight over breach of data privacy laws, so much so that countries consider this a great risk to their national security, and thus began the crackdown on TikTok, with several countries such as India banning it, while countries such as the US and UK partially banned the use of TikTok on federal devices. Just as short as is the time frame of the mindless entertainment on the app, so was the paradigm shift TikTok faced from favorite pastime to a slew of lawsuits and being the pawn of the Cold War between China and the United States. TikTok emerged from a rich tapestry of an already existing short video platform such as Vines and Dubsmash. It all began in August 2014, where Alex Su and his co-founder Luo Yang launched an online sensation with a huge teenage fan base, dubbed the lip sync app that is Musical.ly. While the app gained momentum and gained considerable success, another app based in China, the AME, was launched in September 2016. However, the app was 3 months later rebranded and gained the name Douyin in December 2016. Douyin is considered the sister version of TikTok. However, Douyin is the original version, and both of them are owned by the parent company ByteDance. In 2017, the critically acclaimed Musical.ly caught the attention of the China-based conglomerate ByteDance. ByteDance initiated the acquisition of Musical.ly in an alleged $1 billion deal. As the parent company of both Musical.ly and TikTok, which ideally was synonymous in every conceivable detail, ByteDance made the shrewd decision to merge the two apps together in August 2018. Currently, TikTok is arguably one of the biggest social media apps, and it currently boasts of a net worth of $75 billion. And with such success, and given that we live in a litigious society, it was only a matter of time before lawsuits were filed. On February 27, 2019, the Federal Trade Commission filed a lawsuit against Musical.ly for allegedly collecting and using personal data of underage children without actual notice or consent, thereby infringing on their right to privacy and potentially violating the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. In the lawsuit, Musical.ly was mandated to pay a civil penalty of $5.7 million. This has been regarded as the largest civil penalty ever imposed for such a violation. However, the civil penalty didn't seem to be much of a wake-up call, as on 11th May 2020, TikTok got embroiled in a putative class action suit, which would cost the app more than $5 million. The class action suit sues Musical.ly, TikTok, and ByteDance as their parent company. In the lawsuit, the plaintiffs allege that TikTok illegally and covertly extracted private and personal identifier information, that is, the user data and content, without their knowledge, actual notice, and consent. They allege that TikTok illegally extracts this information as soon as you download the app. This therefore doesn't give the app's user an opportunity to acquaint themselves with TikTok's privacy policy. Neither do they have an opportunity to consent. While the app covertly infiltrates mobile devices, it also encourages its user to sign in to other social media accounts such as Facebook, Twitter, thereby gaining access to your personal identifiable information. The lawsuit alleges that some personal identifiable information that TikTok gains, such as passwords, mobile Wi-Fi, MAC address, IP address, device ID, phone contacts, messages, network information, browsing history and cookies, physical location, SIM card cell towers and GPS, biometrics and facial recognition. So how has TikTok gone this far without detection? It's alleged that TikTok has been illegally invading your privacy and covertly stealing a wide range of your private and personal identifiable user data and content. To conceal TikTok's modus operandi, they would obfuscate the source code that would make overt the private and personal identifiable user data and content being illegally extracted from users' mobile devices. Worse still, while the TikTok app has embedded the source code within the app to illegally transfer data, the purpose, use, processing, and storage of the data is even more troubling. It was much later revealed that TikTok was not illegally extracting user data, but also sharing user data with third parties. This is not a mere allegation, but an actual admission from TikTok, as on 2018, TikTok on its private policy aptly stated that they did transfer international users' data to China. They argued that as the company policy, they shared information with any of its members or affiliate of the China group. They stuck to the theme that the purpose of the conduct was to assist in improvement of the app. The question therefore lingers whether the United States data users and the users of the app had actual notice and/or consent of the extracting, processing, use, and third-party sharing of their personal data and content. Following the revelation that the TikTok app was basically mandated under Chinese law to transfer user data and content to China where it was collected and used by the Chinese government, they embarked on a damage control and updated their privacy policy in 2019. A further question lingers. Now that data was being transferred to China, just where was it being stored? In the lawsuit, the plaintiffs alleged that they identified more than 5 China-based servers such as musemuse.cn, umeng.com, bugly.qq.com, mob.com, and ziliaop.com. Amongst the information that was being stored in these servers includes biometrics, OS version, location, Wi-Fi MAC address, number of bytes user mobile devices uploaded or downloaded, and other social media apps installed. The rabbit hole gets even deeper. While data is being stored in China servers, this leaves the question, where in China are these servers, and better yet, who in China owns these servers? The Chinese government co-opted 3 China-based technology corporations whose reputation preceded themselves in the field of AI, social media, and internet, and they gained the moniker China's original tech titans. These 3 large corporations pander to the Chinese government's insatiable need for policing and mass control of its citizens through mass surveillance. As I delve into the companies, I must tread with caution and urge you to exercise the caution, as these are mere allegations in a class action suit against Musical.ly, TikTok, and ByteDance. Following that advisory warning, these are the 3 largest corporations which go by the acronym BAT, which stands for Baidu, Alibaba, and Tencent. I'll start with Tencent. A China-based tech giant, Tencent Holding Limited, founded in 1988, which has been touted as the world's biggest video game company and a world-leading internet and technology company offering services such as cloud computing, advertising, and fintech, has been alleged in the class action suit of owning one of the servers that was storing international data in China. It's alleged that Tencent has close links to the Chinese government, as earlier this year, media reported that the Chinese government entities are set to purchase golden shares in Tencent Holding Limited and a further tech conglomerate that is dubbed Tencent's biggest rival, that is Alibaba, which is China's largest e-commerce giant. Alibaba has been named in the lawsuit as allegedly owning one of the servers that is used to store international user data, that is the private and personal identifier information in China. And lastly, a further China-based tech giant, Baidu, which is considered as one of the largest internet search engines in the world, has also been implicated in the class action suit. It's also alleged that the TikTok app also used a source code from the China-based software development kit, the SDK, that single-handedly caused the removal of 500 apps from Google Play Store in 2017 after it was discovered that Ixen, the SDK, was a conduit that allowed app operators to install a myriad of spyware. All these violations of privacy caught the attention of the United States Senator Charles Schumer and Tom Cotton. Via a letter dated October 2019, they wrote to Acting Director of the National Intelligence, meticulously describing the national security risks which are associated with TikTok. The senator tabled evidence that TikTok may be sharing private user data and content with the Chinese government. They presented the quagmire that whilst TikTok died on a hill by stating that it did not store US data in China and it only stores in the US, while the parent company of TikTok, ByteDance, is mandated to adhere to Chinese law, which includes sharing user data and content with a third party, which is the government. A further committee got involved. The Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States that reviews national security picked up on the proposed threat and reviewed ByteDance's acquisition of Musical.ly. Subsequently, in November 2019, the Senate Judiciary Subcommittee on Crime and Terrorism held a hearing and invited TikTok CEO. However, he did not grace them with their presence. At the meeting, Chairman Senator Josh Hawley had this to say in the opening remarks. He stated that TikTok should answer to the millions of Americans who use their product with no idea of its risk. TikTok is now being considered a national security threat that poses such great risk, so much so that the US Army banned the app on government-owned devices. The US Navy, Marines, Air Force, Air Guard, Coast Guard, as well as the Department of Defense and the Transportation Security Administration likewise banned the TikTok app due to the user data being sent to China. And In April 2023, the federal government also banned the use of TikTok on government devices. Some US states, such as Montana, have been the first states to ban TikTok. This action seems justified, as in March 17, 2020, the FBI and the US Department of Justice launched an investigation into the allegations that TikTok spied on American journalists, which caused the TikTok CEO, Shou Zi Chew, to appear before the House Energy and Commerce Committee to defend the allegations. The CEO of TikTok admitted to the covert surveillance of the journalist. He stated, however, that TikTok has been, for the last 15 months, attempting to regain its trust with its consumers. However, this seems as an exercise in futility, as a class action suit has also sued TikTok of the following violations, which include the violation of Computer Fraud and the Abuse Act, violation of California's Comprehensive Data Access and Fraud Act, violation of the right to privacy, violation of the California Unfair Competition Law, violation of false advertising law, negligence and unjust enrichment, and violation of the Biometric Information and Privacy Act. It's pretty unclear the trajectory that this case is going to take. However, TikTok is no stranger to class action settlement agreement, as in 2022, TikTok settled in a class action suit in the U.S. District Court of Illinois for $92 million for violation of privacy. If the plaintiffs succeed in the lawsuit, TikTok will need more time to regain trust with its consumers.